Okay, let us discuss. So I'm going through application and our username is Lohit and password I'm taking welcome. Click on login. Okay, today let us discuss about all these topics, and yesterday we discussed about the chart of account structure, chart of account values, and how to create the legal entity. And today let us discuss about how to create ledger and update ledger profile options, and how to open the periods and create journals and post journals. And here, once you go to the application, so click on GL. So click on enter. So now the application will be open. General ledger application. So let us close this form. And so the first one is create ledger. So for this, navigation is, so we need to go to setup, financials, accounting setup manager, account setup, the same thing. So yesterday we used the so account setup manager, right? So we can use the same form so to create the ledger. Sorry, I think it is. Click on account setup manager, and one web form will be open. And here yesterday, so we used the legal entity to create the legal entity, this legal entity form. And here click on the account setups. So we use this one to create ledger. So once you click on account setup, so then click on create accounting setups, and here it will ask you legal entity. Okay, so add another. So here two things. So if you want to create legal entity, you can create it. If it is already created, then click on add another row. So once you create the legal entity, because legal entity is mapped with ledger, so we need to give the legal entity that already created. Otherwise you can use the create legal entity form, so legal entity button, to create the legal entity. So Dell, so I'm just giving the so actually we created Dell LE and Dell India Private Limited. So just tab it and click on next. Here you need to give the Dell ledger, the ledger name, and chart of accounts, because the ledger is associated with chart of accounts, UO structure, and calendar currency. So I am giving Dell. So once you give the Dell tab, so you will get the account structure, and in the same way Dell calendar. So and here, so I am implementing for India localization and for India. So I am taking high end for India ledger. So based on that, so yeah, we can create a different ledger with different currencies. If it is required for the client. So select this one and select. And subledger accounting method, so we can give right now, otherwise we have the option, and we can update it later. So these are the mandatory, so which are in star, these are all the mandatory. So click on next and click on finish. So now the account is set up, Dell Ledger has been saved successfully. So it is not completed, so it is just saved. And then go to the, you need to click on define accounting options. We need to give the different accounting options for this ledger. And here, so there are ledger options. So there are the two mandatory steps. So one is ledger options and the other one is reporting currencies. So then here in the ledger options, these two should be in the enable status, and click on update for the ledger options. And here we need to give the mandatory account called retained earnings account. So this is a common error. So if you face this kind of error, the key flexibility application, so it's not compiled. So then it's a regular common error. So the you need to go to the flexibility structure and recompile it. So that is the fix. So financials, flex fields, key, then segments, and query the COA structure. Yesterday we created, right? So F11 and then control F11, and here you can click on this torchlight button, which is find button, and use the Dell, click on find. So just compile it. So sometimes what happens is, we already compiled, so maybe it is not integrated with all the modules. Maybe there is a there is a kind of a integration issue. So now, once you compile, so the error will be rectified. Okay, stay refreshing. So sometimes even though it is completed, so it will show you in the running status. So in that case, so what we need to do is, so let us refresh that one, and then now go to the this account setup manager and just cancel it, and again click on this update. Now it will be resolved. So you can see that. So here Dell Ledger, it is already, so system will take all these values. So Dell Ledger, and here, so subledger accounting method. So here you can update standard accrual. So this subledger accounting method, so we will discuss later in detail. So here, so the use of this one is, so it will help to create the accounts, debit or credit entries from the subledgers, like account payables, account receivables. So all from all these subledgers standard. So this is standard accrual. So we are taking the standard accrual method, so which is created by Oracle. So then click on next, and here we have only one mandatory option, mandatory field, which is a retained earnings account. So we need to update. We already created while creation of the accounting values. Okay, and others are the optional things. And what we can do is, so let us complete this one. Click on here, and we need to update the account. So Dell company. So select the company, and so this is the retained account. So we created. So then you can take any department. So it's not a single one. So as per the client their requirement, they can take any one, and just click on create. So once you click on create, the combination will be created. So this is because of so we enabled allow dynamic inserts while creation of the segment structure, because of that one. Otherwise we can't get it. click on create. So this combination is created. So that means 10.201. So 1000.9. Okay, then click on select. So here and others are the optional things. Okay, suspense account, journal reversal, and currency translation. So these things, what we can do is, so we will discuss all these things. So we will discuss different types of journals, how the suspense journal works, and how the currency translation and currency revaluation works. So at that, so while discussing those topics, so let us come back and let us enable those features, and then we will complete it. So then only we will know that, so where is the impact, so what kind of setups we need to perform but for those topics. So that's why I'm not updating anything now. So we will come back, so once we are discussing those topics, even for the budgeting. So we have the budgeting option, journals reconciliation, budgeting, okay, balancing, all these things we will discuss later, and we will come back, we will enable. And these are all optional things. So, and this is purely based on the client requirement. If the client want any kind of suspense account, then we can enable. If they want budgeting, we can do that. If they want reconciliation, we can do that. Click on next and then finish. Now, so we enable ledger options. So go to return to accounting options. So it will show you. And here reporting currency. So reporting currency is a topic that, so okay, for example, Dell is in India. So the Dell business is in India, and let us assume that, so there is no other business in any country, but so there is an investor. So let us assume that there is an investor in USA, and that investor need to know all the accounting accounting reports like balance sheet, profit and loss, whatever it may be. So then what we can do is, so we will create one reporting currency with USD, and then whatever we are doing in INR, so whatever journals we are creating in INR will be converted to USD at the same time. So then that investor or the venture capital or any kind of a PE or so all the people, so then they can check the reports in USD. Okay, for example, so we spent 1 lakh rupees. So then it will be converted to 1 lakh by 65 or 64 as per the currency rate, and then they will so get the reports. So that is the use of reporting currency. So if you are not using primary and secondary ledgers, okay, so then so we will discuss that second ledger and the primary ledgers topic while discussing the consolidation. We have the consolidation topic, so we will discuss that one. So what happens is, so primary ledger, so because if Dell's primary business is in India, and then what happens is, so we will take the INR as the primary ledger, and then we can take other currencies for the second ledger. So we will discuss in late, yeah, all the things in later. So just I'm just enabling this one. So while discussing the reporting currency, we have the feature called reporting currency. We will discuss, and you will know in detail way. Here I am just completing that, just completed. So for the sake of to create the ledger, just complete it, and it is enabled. The both the mandate fields are enabled. Both the mandate fields are enabled. Hello.
What is that sequencing?
Yeah. So actually, I'm just checking with you because inventory as well. So we have the option. We have the option. So you can create both the ways. And balancing segment value assignments. So this one is for the intercompany purpose. So if you are using the intercompany transactions, then so you can use that one. So we have the feature called intercompany. So then in that case, what we can do is we will enable that, and we will do the intercompany transaction and subledger accounting transactions. Okay, so this is by default, and because we already enabled the subledger accounting and operating units, you can create the operating unit So because we didn't discuss the multi-arc structure, because once we define the ledger, all these things, then we can discuss the multi-arc structure, how it is. So while defining operating unit, you can create in GL, or you can create in inventory. So we have the option to create operating unit in GL or inventory, and you can create in HRMS as well. Okay, and sequencing. So this is called the document sequencing. Okay, so you can use this sequencing numbering. So you can have the sequence numbering for this.
Why I asked, few days back, while processing a journal, we got that error.
Yeah, yeah,
Document sequence number missing.
yeah. So document sequence number. So actually, what happens is, so there are two things. So you can you can go for the manual journal entry or automatic journal entry. So here, so if you enable the document sequencing, so then you will get the automatic numbering.
Oh, okay.
So these are all the optional fields. So these are all optional fields. Let's say these are all not mandatory fields. So these are all the optional fields. Okay. So just complete and then click on apply. Okay. That means that so document sequence is applied. So sequential numbering so will be applied. So then you will get the automatic numbering. And now once you complete this one, so we enabled all the things. So then once you complete, click on complete. So then the ledger process will be completed. So here you are about to complete the ledger. So then yeah, yes, so once you click on yes, so then so it is completed, the ledger process is completed. So now we are good in creation of the ledger, and then so we can use this ledger to create the journal entries. And here, and one more setup is update the profile option, because we have the ledger. So we created chart of account, chart legal entity, ledger, and everything is fine. And so we need to assign this ledger to our responsibility. For example, if I go to this GL responsibility, so let me show you, because if you don't assign, then you will not get your ledger. So journal enter, click on new journal. Okay, so here you can see vision operation journal. So vision operation, so it is a test ledger by Oracle Corporation. So while developing the product, so Oracle used the vision operations to test the product. So if you want to get your ledger, then you need to update the profile options. So for that, so need to go to the system administrator, system administrator, system admin, and then profile values. So let us go to the system administrator. So click on this change switch responsibility button. Click on here and select the system administrator and click on OK. So here we have the option called profile, then system. So profile system, not profile values. This profile system. So click on profile system. Sorry. Click on profile system. So here application is general ledger, and responsibility is del GL, and profile option is GL ledger name. So that is the profile option, GL ledger name. So actually, so this is a profile value, GL ledger name. So sometimes what happens is, maybe so sometimes there is no gap between ledger and name. So that's why what I can do is, so I can query with percentage. So then we can't miss. So GL ledger name, just give the percentage and then click on find. So you will get the name. Otherwise, if you know it correctly, So then you can query with GL space ledger space name. Sometimes what happens is even if you don't give the if you give the small letters, then you will not get it. So we need to type this. Otherwise, in that case, so give the percentage and you will get it. And here I'm going to assign ledger at responsibility level. Just give the del tab, you will get it. Del ledger. So now ledger is assigned to my responsibility, which is del GL. Now, so once you save it, and if you go to del GL responsibility, then you can check del ledger in your journal. So you can test it. So whatever we are doing, yeah, any kind of setup, so we can test in the transaction part. Go to GL and journals, enter, and click on new. You can see that ledger is assigned. And if you go to the period, so you can't get the period because periods are not open, not yet open. Okay, and so we get our currency. INR is our currency. So okay, everything. So if you go to chart of accounts, so you will see the chart of accounts, list of accounts, Dell company account center, others. Then you can so like that we have Oracle has provided 30 segments. We can use that one. But the problem is that if you create more segments, then it will take time to create the manual journals. And also we need to suggest the client there. So you can so client can go to segments, can create the segments their reporting as per their reporting structure and as per their reporting requirement like that. So next one is open periods. So for this navigation is setup, open, close. So this is the navigation. Setup, open, close.
I think this is navigation in super user only, right?
Yeah, this is a super user only.
Super user.
Yeah, you will get all in super user only. So and if you want to get the setup and transaction part, you need to go to super user. And for the supervisor, will not get the setup part, and will get all the transactions. And the user can
Oh,
get the user related. So if the user is consolidation user, if the user is for the reports, and if user for budgeting, so they will get the consent forms only, so they will not get other forms. And also, so some people can get a read only instance, read only. That means that so they can just view that, they view only or read only that. So they can just view that, but they can't update anything. See, so we can create n number of responsibilities based on different menus. Okay, and DBA people can do that. DB are technical people, even functional people also they can do it. It's not a big deal. So here click on open close and then click on find. So it will ask, so January period is Jan 17 is the first period. Click on open, and are you sure you want to open for this first period in your ledger? Yes, I want the first period. Click on OK, and one request is submitted. Click on find. So we need to wait till the program completes. And here, yeah.
sorry.
Let,
First, we have to open. We have to open subledger first or general ledger first.
yeah, general ledger only, general ledger only. So once we are good in general ledger, then we can go to subledger. So to before going to subledger, we need to create we need to complete the multi-arc structure. So which is ledger, legal entity, operating unit, okay, business group, ledger, legal entity, operating inventory. So that structure we need to complete. Then we can go to subledgers. And you can see all the GL periods in subledgers as well.
Oh, okay.
GL period is the main period.
Because For closing, first we close subledger, then we close
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, here the thing is that we are in the implementation, starting of implementation. So what you are saying is it is a kind of a support activity. Once we implement the product, and then once we are in the good in implementation, and then once we do the transactions, in that case, so we can do period closing when we can close the sub ledgers, and then we can close the main ledger GL. So that is at the end. So once we complete the implementation, so now we are in the part of the implementation. So we are doing implementation for GL. So then we can go to APAR for all the financial modules, and after that we can do the transactions. We will do the testing. So then in that case, once we complete the transactions, and then while doing the closing, we will do in that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, okay. Fine. So now, so let me check this one. So open close, click on find. Okay. Jan period is open. Okay. So I'm in March period. Okay. So then what happens is there are two ways. So in 11i, so we had the 11i application. Now it is R12. Okay. So in 11i, what happens is you need to open each and every period. Okay. So if you are in March period, then you must should open the February period and then March period. But in R12, so Oracle has given the option that so you can so if you open March period, so simultaneously February period will be open. So if you want to open if you want to open November period, so then so other periods also simultaneously open. No need to open each and every period. So it's a kind of a so to save the time. Okay. So in that case, click on open period and select March period, and automatically February period also open. But in Oracle, for each and every transaction or a setup, whatever it may be, so everything is on based on the program, and one program will be submitted, and then so we need to wait till the program completes. So here, so once the period opened, so then we are good to go, and we can create journals. Okay, so let me check the periods. Okay, so click on open close, click on find. Yeah, all the periods are open. Okay, up to March it is open, and April is future entry. So it is a future period. Now create the journals. So for that navigation is journals, enter. That's only journals, enter. That is the navigation. So now we are in transaction part, and you can say that. So you can say that. So we are in testing. So you can say that because so if you are able to create the channels, then that means that so you are good in your setups, like a chart of account, calendar, currency, okay, all the things. Okay, you are good. Whatever we created earlier. Okay, so GL. So this calendar we create, right? So initially we created a user responsibility and assigned the responsibility to user. So and whatever we created, so these are all we are good in that. So these are basic only. I am just highlighting define responsibility and assign responsibility to user, and we created the calendar, different calendars, and so then so we create the structure, and the currency is predefined. Already it is there. The currency is already defined by Oracle, and if we want, we can create using the set of currencies defined. Okay, and let me take it. So we are in here, right? Okay, click on create journals. So we are in the testing. So journal center. So then click on new journal. So for the testing means, so let us check that ledger, create ledger. Okay, so I have my ledger and calendar. So I have my period. Okay, currency, I have my currency INR. Okay, and so these are the main things. Okay, and chart of accounts. So we have our chart of accounts. So let us create test journal. Okay, and then line number 1. So for any journal entry, so you need to create so two journals. One is debit and credit. So okay, here I am paying the amount so for rent. So then so Dell India. So then you can you can click on rent and so finance department and then others. Okay, I am paying rent so 15,000. So you can take, so you can pay by cash or bank. Okay, so I had created the cash account and cash, and these are all finance department. You can take finance department and others are, it is a default. Click on OK and credit amount is 15,000. Okay, and here debit and credit should be the same. If there is any difference, then it will go to suspense. So in that case only, so we need to create the suspense journals. Okay, some companies so will entertain a suspense account and some companies will not. So that is based on the client requirement only. Now save it. Click on save. So that means that so this journal is created but not posted, because such a journal is created, it is in the application. Once it is posted, so then only it is accounted. So it is accounted. So then you can't change it. So that means that, so yeah, if you want to change it, so what is the way? So you need to reverse it. And here, so this journal we call it as a unposted journals. Unposted journals. Let me query this one. Journal center, and I am just giving the period. Based on the period, you can check it. Tab, fine. Okay, yeah, you can see the unposted. The batch status is unposted, and source is manual. Okay, so here, so you can query the journals, and for unposted journals, there are you can update in different ways. You can delete the journals. You can because this journal is not accounted, you can delete it tightly. So Oracle will provide this option. Okay, you can delete the journal, and if there is any kind of a period issue, okay, you can change the period always. If you want to, so okay, for example, by mistake we had given match period, you can change it to 12 period or any period. Okay, and by mistake, if you want to change the currency, and you can change it. You can go to different currency. USD, USD also you can create the journals using the USD, but you need to create the rates for that. Okay, you can change the currency, you can change the period, and you can delete the journal. So okay, but once it is posted, you can't do anything. So in that case, what you can do is you can reverse only to nullify the journal. So now I want to post it. There are two ways. You can post here directly, and there is other way, other form is there to post it. So what we can do is, in this way, let us post in this manner, and so let us create one more journal, and we can post using the different form. Click on post. Okay, one program is submitted. We need to wait till the program complete. Yeah, it is completed. Okay, so let us query again. Journal center, and you can query because we don't have much more journals. You can query with by using period. And if you have much more journals, then you can use manual, because by source you can bifurcate by source, and we can bifurcate. You can filter by category, or you can filter by currency. Okay, click on find. So what happened? Yeah, sorry, it is March, right? Yeah, it's March only. Yeah, click on find. Okay, let us review the journals. Let us review the journals. So yeah, it is freeze, right? So you can't delete this journal. You can't change the period. You can't change the currency. You can't do anything. But if you find that it is a mistake, so then you can't. There is no option to delete or change anything. Okay, so you have the only one option to reverse it. So we will discuss reversing of journals later, because we have different types of journals. We will discuss all these things later. Okay, so for the better understanding, I am going to create one more journal. Journal center. Click on new journal. So this is salary journal. Okay, we created rent and salary change, and go to line 1. So you can select the salary account. So finance. Okay, and click on OK. So for example, 50,000 salaries for that, and then select line number 2. Here you can use Shift F6. So we have the command, right, to copy the field. So Shift F6. Sorry, Shift F5. So to copy the entire, yeah, but the problem is here I can't use this one. That's my laptop is stuck up with this one. Okay, so here you can select the, you can say you can change the um, uh, entry. So we had taken a debit entry for as a salary, and credit entry cash. Okay, and then and 50,000, then save it. So then close the form, and now you can check this journal. It is in unposted status, and you can review the journal. So click on review journal. You can use this one. So you can review journals. Okay, so in this case what you can do is you can delete the journal. Otherwise you can change the period, you can change the currency, you can do what you recommend. So now I am closing this form, and so we have other form, so to post the journals. Okay, so we can use this one to post it. So here the thing is that if we have one or two journals, okay, you can manually do that. So if you have 100 journals or 500 journals or 1000 journals to post, so then in that case we can't post it each and everything manually, so it is a time consuming process. So that's why Oracle has given this post option. So you can go to the post form, and you can create, and you can post n number of journals, n number of journals. Okay, just you need to select it, that's only. So period is March, and click on find. Okay, so like this you can select. Okay, if you have 100 journals, just you can select each and everything, each journal, and go to the post button and click on post, and it will be posted. Yeah, it will be posted. And now, so let us go to the view. So we request and fine. So we need to refresh it. Okay, it is completed. Okay. Just 1 minute, please. So I need to insert the mouse. Okay. So let me go to the application, and here you can see all the journals in the posting status. You can see here the posting status, and in the same way you can check the journals in the posting status. Okay, because all are posted, right? So then you will not get it. So if it is unposted, then only you will get it here. Okay, so we completed posted journals. Okay, so now, okay, for time being, so if you want to run the report, standard reports, you can check it. You can run the standard report. So for example, trial balance. Okay, trial balance. You can run it to check all the journals. Okay, so it's about just for testing purpose. Okay, so you can run the standard report. So we request and submit new request and click on OK and trial balance. So trial balance detail, you can take the trial balance detail and here the page break. So the first phrase break, right? So you can select this phrase break. Okay, I want to know so the transactions. So for my company, Dell company, and so I want to know for India transactions. You can take the India, and I want to know for the period. So you need to give the period, the specific period, and amount type. So if you want to know the transactions for the particular period, or if you want to know the transactions for the entire year. Okay, so if you select the YTD year to date, you will get Jan to March. Okay, and if you select the P2ED period to date, you will get only for March period. And then this one is project to date, so this is different. So if you are using the projects, so project accounting, so that is different. Okay, project to date, you can use that. So now currently I am using P2D. I want to know only March period journals. Click on OK and submit. So submit another request. I don't need another request. No, you can find. So you will see the trial balance. So only for 2 entries. So if it is 100 entries or for 1,000 entries, so it is same. The format and everything is same only. Okay. But if there is more entries, you will see more accounts. If there is so less entries, and you will see less accounts, less number of accounts. Okay, so let me check the V output. See this. Okay, so rent is 15,000 and salary is 50,000, and this minus is cash account because now this is a minus. Okay, so minus 65,000 and total is 0 1. So see, cash account is this one and rent account, salary account. We have all the list of accounts in the trial balance. So if you have more accounts, so you will get so bigger trial balance.